Whoa. 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 Mm. What's good? Got that new Drizzy Drake playing for you youngsters. I don't know shit about Drake. Said the motherfucker sing too much. We live, baby. Legends League. Got Living Legend here on the ones and twos to give you people what you want. We haven't been back in a while, man. It's been about 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks. I am a solo act today. We will not have anybody on the show but yours truly. When was the last time I talked to you fellas? It was Thanksgiving. No, it was Halloween, yeah. So 2 weeks. All right. Mic check though. I need someone to let me know they can hear me clearly. No technical difficulties. I'm about to get this show rocking and rolling. Don't want to make sure the sound is an issue. Give me a thumbs up on the main chat, but we're live. We're ready to go. I'm gonna knock it off quick, man. We're gonna start off with week 10 and what happened during week 10. Any surprises? Any shockers? Any pretenders? Um, any igniters? At the end of the day, man, we're at a point to where we can see whether or not if people are ready to go as far as that playoff run, or if they're still trying to figure out their team. But at this point, man, we deep into the season. Um, I don't have any housekeeping items like usual, though. The only housekeeping item I do have. Um, can someone hear me? We're good. Plus something, nothing. Anyways, all right. Housekeeping items, though. Apparently, we have the pause glitch. Yes, sir. I said pause glitch, and the pause glitch is preventing people from kicking field goals, from seeing the field goal meter and everything else. Um, my advice on that is if people are intentionally pausing, especially if they're the away team, we have issue with that. Because if we have that going on, then I might give the other user power to say, man, I'm quitting this game. We got to restart. So we don't want to get to where it's too far out of hand in this league, but I am taking mental notes. I have seen it in other leagues to where they're having an issue, but I really need you guys to hone in on it and make sure we don't have any issues going forth. And I expect y'all guys to be my police. I don't have time to look at every stream. But outside of that, man, I really don't have any housekeeping items. Um, that's crazy because I usually do. I will say I don't have any because you guys, man, are phenomenal. I could say right now, ever since we had are y'all ready for it? Ever since we had the Deve Gate between the San Francisco 49ers and another team, uh, granted, man, it was a good addition by subtraction right there. Because without further ado, man, we would like to welcome Top to the league. T.O. motherfucking P. I know a lot of guys might like, who the fuck is Top? Y'all will get to know Top, man. Top has been trying to be in this league for a hot minute. Not that he's been begging and all. He's not a beggar. But he was definitely getting in my ass talking about, man, Legend, man, what's up with this shit? You know, I saw this cast, I saw all this shit, and get on me, man, about it, man, saying we better than that. So, Top, man, you got a team. You in my division. You're good competition. You did beat me to get to a Super Bowl. So, hey, I'll say, hey, if people watch your gameplay and how you do things, man, they'll definitely learn quick, man. You're going to turn that team around. So, welcome to Legends League, man. Have fun. We're a great community. Guys, man, respect each other, man. We get along for the most part, except for me and Benny. I can't stand that motherfucker. But anyways, outside of Benny, man, we good. I mean, not Benny, my little brother. We just playing. But Benny and his brother do have issues, and we could obviously see that in the chat. So I'm gonna go through this schedule real quick for Week 10 and discuss some of these wins and losses. First one with K Dub, and we got Fireman. Oh man, it seems like after Fireman lost to Benny and myself, he's definitely turned up the heat a little bit, and the result of that is K Dub's demise. 51 to 24. I would like to have commentary on that one, but I don't. It's just gonna be me. I did not get to watch that game. Wish I could have. But overall, man, I'm not surprised with the fireman. He doesn't lose 3 times in a row. Better yet than twice. So moving on, we have Tennessee Ty versus Zoe. People would like to say, man, this is crazy. Zoe won this game. Oh my God, how'd he do it? I am not fucking surprised, man. After Zoe loses a game, he typically doesn't do it again. I mean, he might get some losses here and there, but typically he comes back, man, and he learns from his mistakes. I believe his last game was against Vic, which I know Zoe wanted that game, but I think Vic wanted it more. But Zoe wasn't gonna have this next time, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all looking at Zoe's record, I wouldn't even look at that. He took some time off. He had some time away, stuff like that. So technically, in all essence, man, a lot of his losses have been about like one or two scores, man, and what shoot, 3 or 4 games, because he did miss 3 games, and the record should be about 2-8, I believe, 2-7 or something like that. So I expect Zoe to finish strong. He might not make the playoffs. We'll go through that soon, but I expect him to finish strong, man, because he does give him that damn by that team, the Bengals. So to Ty, man, hey, man, better luck next time. I know you going through a rebuild and everything, and I know it's tough, man. I've been through that. I'm going through it now, but it's all about what you do in the third and fourth seasons. This season is just making the imprint on the walls, brother. Anyways, next we got Juwan 10, KW Young Brown against the YC man himself. YC had some crazy wins late, man. He beat, I believe, Fuzz, and he beat someone else, man. Like shockers. Like we're like, what the fuck? That came from nowhere. But overall, man, I think he finally met his demise with a really really talented user in Juwan 10. And I will say this, man, that AFC West is going to be something to deal with, especially when they have to all play each other. I think for round two. Um, that's probably one of the toughest conferences in this league, so that's something to keep an eye on. I do like to congratulate YC10 for putting in the effort, but I would say with what the Broncos have, they do not have a team like everybody else. This man's playing some ball. I wish he would stop blaming Madden. I wish he would stop blaming Sim versus Comp. Just play brawl, baby. I'm telling you, bro, it's not the modes, because I'm telling you, both modes suck. Madden's gonna have his issues. You gotta adapt to the issues. Hey, now we got a show, brother. No interruptions. See my fuck ass dog interrupting my show. Anyways, we're gonna go over the last game on the docket later on. We'll discuss. Hey, hold on. Hey, stop that shit. The guard dog, man. Anyways, next game on the docket, we got the Panthers versus the Saints. Benny struggled against Lil Bro Nim. And then Lil Bro Nim tried to go back and get some advice from the swag, the chef himself, and he wasn't having that shit. Straight up. Wasn't having that shit. And I give Benny props, man. He wants his brother to struggle a little bit. He wants his brother to see that fire. And that's what I don't understand. He should be helping that man out, but that's not happening. That is not the case. He is going to make him feast or famine with this shit, and it is what it is. I know I help my brothers out if I could, right? That's what we're supposed to do, right? But in Benny's world, nah, man, you got to grind like I have to. So it is what it is. Hey, Honcho, I know you. It's almost there, but Big Brother's had you this Madden. It's gonna happen soon, man, where you finally take hold, man. But just keep reaching out to people, man. They'll eventually help you beat Benny. Trust me. Ravens against Commanders. Mars, dog. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. Y'all gotta stop acting like this dude just sucks. This dude right here, he cares. I tell people, man, he got blew out at least one time. One time to where I'm like, okay, he just laid the egg on that shit. But recently, man, Mars been playing his fucking ass off. Granted, this is his first year in the league. I give him that pass, but to do that to block, yeah, that's a lot. But no surprise there either, based upon it. I just expect Mars to continue to beat people, and people be like, what the fuck? This is the Brothers Bowl. They homeboys. There's another one to where, fuck Sim. But I honestly think overall, man, Young just has the pieces, man. He knows what he's doing with that team. And my boy over there, you know what I'm saying, with Taz, trying to figure it out with my boy Raul. Raul, my boy. I don't want to look at them stats, but I think Raul's been struggling a couple of games, but it is what it is. Next, we got Packers against Tariq. Bird is back. I think he had to move. I think he had some personal stuff going on with trying to get acclimated to a new crib. But you see, obviously, right there, the Bird is back and back to challenge his division, because that division is tight again. Tariq, man, hey, man, you can't afford these losses, brother. You know you can't afford them. You know why. Your division is getting really tight. It's getting really more feast or famine over there, to where every week counts, every loss counts. Keep it real, man. You can't afford to lose games like this. We got Cardinals against the new top. I think what happened was I had a conversation about this earlier today. Twist went back to twist ball, man, and just ran the ball, ran the ball. Where top is getting used to that team. This was a big win for Twist, man, because he was going down the dumps for a minute bit with that team, man, and losing quite a few games. But for him to get off the, I guess the paddy wagon, man, and get better, man, and finally put some points on the board, man. And kudos to Twist. Top, you'll be back, man. I know you will. You have a lot more people to surprise until next year when you truly hit the road running. All right, we got Fuzz against Frizzle. This game was actually competitive early on. After Frizzle started completing, a couple more passes and getting his rhythm, that's when he gave Fuzz the ultimate prize, was his turnovers, and you never can turn the ball over against Fuzz. That's when Fuzz ultimately took over and won that game. So Frizzle still serving a suspension with his running back. He's going to need him back soon if he can't right the ship, especially if he's going to try to maintain a playoff position. Next, my game. This game was close early, man, but I do commend Roach. I commend Roach for sticking to the plan. Played a perfect game with Justin inaccurate fields. Roach was only up by 2 points, I say, before halftime, and kicked a field goal before that. So he strategically put himself in position, man, to where when I got kickoff back the second half, it made me fumble, and that put him up by 10. And from that point on, man, I had to come from behind, and it's hard. Once is one of the hardest persons to come back from behind on. So commend him for that, man. Definitely gave me some tools to go back into the lab, man, to focus on. But I guess the Rams are trying to compete, but we'll see if this season is a fake or fraud, man. But yeah, Roach is going to be a team to contend with in his division. He has a big matchup against Swag, I believe, next week, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching that one. Next, we got the Pats against the Colts. With Harris coming back from vacation, man, he needed this win. I don't know if he still has playoff chances, but we'll see. But I will say this, man. Two Times is playing the game. He's trying to figure it out to where he can take over the division eventually from yours truly. You know who it is, Justin, which we'll talk about later. Next, boy. Just when y'all thought the Eagles was going to stay on Benny's bottom, he had a good time with Gideon this week, 23-8. I am actually surprised on this with the amount of, I would say, disdain that the Eagles have for Sim Level as well. And for him to pull off this win and to limit the offensive passing guru, master, wizard, mad scientist to 8 points. I'm ready for the excuses to fly in the chat on this one, Gideon, because I know once you see the show, if you end up watching it, you are going to let everybody know why you lost this game and only scored 8 motherfucking points. Anyways, going on to the next user, which Benny has some words to say, and I'm trying to understand the words Benny was saying about this guy. But when it all comes down and said and done is, I don't get it. We're going to get some East Side props in this bitch today. Yes. The motherfucker got his own song today, man, representing what he's doing, man. Hey, East Side put that work on that man. He put the work on that man. I don't want to hear shit about East Side that he can't play. I'm just saying, I don't want to hear it. 56-14. I get it. Texans. But it's the fashion of how he's beating people. And that's why I wanted to end this week with that note of, man, Eastside, bro, you got this, man. You are my new conference favorite. I mean, division favorite for the AFC East. And yes, I said it. The AFC Beast, it will now be called. It's his for a reason, bro. And it's yours to shine. Anyways, quick predictions for next week. We'll go through it real fast. My wife just showed up, so I do not have that much time. This was going to be a longer show, but hey, we got to keep it going. Advance will be at 7 p.m. tonight, so 2 hours, so get those games scheduled. We'll go through a quick one. We got Harris Boy against Tar Heel Boy. So we got the two boys against each other. Man, I think Harris is still rusty. I'm gonna have to go with Tar Heel Boy on this one. And I know he has that heat on him right now to perform, so we'll see what he does. But Justin, I think, steps up, man, plays that 99 strength back and shows people how to run that rock. Anyways, you got Texans against Jags. I think this is gonna be a closer game than people think. However, I'm still getting to the Jags because I think the Texans just going through some growing pains right now. And I think Gideon, he's not going to lose like that again. With 8, he's going to take it out on the Texans. He always does it. Gideon, that's just how he plays. He loses once, takes it out on the next person. Next game, rematch of last Madden, man. Some great battles between this young man, Quad 2 times. I don't know how it's going to go. We are going to play when advance happens. I cannot put a prediction against myself, but I will say it's going to be a fun game to test and see what passing game he has and, how much skills that this apparently OPDB team has, along with this new receiving core he has. Considering he's playing against the top passing defense on the game. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We got next up, we got Smitty against Block, actually. Man, I think Block continues to have a slide, man, unfortunately. And he's playing the wrong person at the wrong time that is actually acting like he don't care, but he damn near does care because he is definitely running that pill with Chubb and doing what he has to do to continue to win. So I'm going with Smitty with that one. Boy. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy for who I'm about to pick on this, but I gotta pick it. And it's because the motherfucker is not happy right now. Austin, I'm sorry, dog. I'm going with Zoe on this one, bro. I'm going with Big Nutso because I think this is the game that he just has out for a top player. I'm being honest. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I eat my words. But I'm saying right now the Bengals take this from the Steelers. Zoe does not take things lightly when it comes to certain people that he knows he can beat. And this is the game he takes. This is the game of the week, man. This is the game for the ultimate conference supremacy, man, in the NFC North. And after playing Roach, man, I'm like, man, he has a great scheme, great defense, makes you think, makes you adjust. But he's playing the user ultimately that not only he's had the division last season, but I think he takes it again. It's the chef, man. The chef be cooking, bro. It ain't nothing like chef swag when he has on the 2s and 3s, man. Motherfucker knows how to conjure up some shit in the recipes, bro. Just watch him play. And literally, this man is rapping and singing and shit and calling plays out and shit and playing the game and having fun with it. So until Swag lets go of that kitchen, man, and gets out of it, man, if he can't stay in that heat, I understand it's going to be a tough game, but at the end of the day, man, I think the Lions have a great scheme on how they plan and prepare going forward. So I expect them to take it. All right, we actually have a good game right here, too, with Juwan 10 against the Vic. This is a hard one, too. While the edge goes to Vic, I think Juwan is going to really take the heat on him, man. And this is going to be a test if Vic has some pieces on defense that he needed early on during the trade deadline. So we'll see. My prediction is with Vic right now because it's the home team. But other than that, man, I would think it would be a close game if it wasn't these two. We got another one, man. A great matchup between two old GZ foes in Ty versus East. You already know where I'm at, man. I'm on the East train, bro. I just have a funny feeling this is East year. I'm not talking about playoffs. I'm just talking about overall to where this is he's going to be the AFC beast. It's his. AFC East it's his name for a reason, bro, until someone proves me wrong. Qua, I know you don't agree with me, dog. I know you say I got to chill, but hey, man, I'm just providing commentary where I'm supposed to do, man. That's my job, bro. Can't take no sides. All right, we got Showtime against Mars. As much as I say that Eagles did a great job last week with what they did as far as dispatching the mad scientist and putting out all his potions, I'm going to go with Mars, bro. Y'all don't understand. Mars can fucking play. And one day y'all going to look back and be like, man, Legend One Line, this man can play. And just regardless of his records, man, you got to look at the product on the field. And I commend Mars for what he's doing, but I think he takes his game against the Eagles. This is a low-key good game, too, man, against people that are trying to right the ship with their teams. I think Twist is paying pissed. I think Frizzle let a couple of games go. I honestly think it's Twist's game, though. It's Twist's game because he's home field. He's finding footing with what he's trying to do. Frizzle, I don't think he can win without Kenneth Walker. Just don't think so. Until that time, prove me wrong. Next, we got K-Dub versus YC. Man, this is a good matchup too, man. I think good hardcore runners. You got B. John Robinson. You got um, K-Dub's new project, man, with the rookie, man. He put 200 some yards, and he's trying to make some moves. I'm going to go with the rookie, man. I'm going to go with K-Dub. He has a sound plan. He knows what he has to do with his team. He knows he can't give away games like this if he's going to compete in this division. He is last place, but he still has a record to where he can still make some noise and get into a last playoff push, man, if he continues to win games like this. But YC, man, pick your head up, man, because I think after a while, man, you're going to get it right. You're going to get it right, bro, just not this week. Next, Bird against Top. While I do want to go with Top on this one, I do because I know Top's potential. I just think Bird's not going to lose it. Bird's not going to lose it because Top has no clue what he's going to face with Bird, and I think Bird doesn't even give a shit. He's just going to play his game and not care if it's a new user or not, and that can come to where it can hold an advantage sometimes, and sometimes it can't because no one knows how Top's going to play until they play him. But right now, I'm going to give advantage Packers. You have Benny versus Fuzz. God damn, this is a hard one. Anyways, man, Benny versus Fuzz. You got two runners. You got one passer. You got one stout defense. If I'm going to pick based upon just, hey, what they perform like in the records, I would naturally say Benny's going to win this game. However, it depends what Fuzz shows up to this contest. And I honestly think Fuzz has a new weapon that I actually gave him in Anthony Schwartz. And it's going to keep Benny honest with his defense to where he's going to have to watch the run and the pass. My heart says to go with Fuzz, and my gut says to go with Benny. So I'm going to go with my head, and I'm going to go with Benny. There you go. Boom. Anyways, Young versus Honcho. I say Honcho loses his game, but how much is the question? It depends what Honcho shows up. I think I'll give him the 2 touchdowns, I would say. And that's being nice, but it might be 3 depending on what Young shows up, because Young might be mad, or Young might just be like, fuck it, I'm just going to pounce on this 16 years old because he's 16. Young's that type of dude, man. I'm just letting y'all know he is a savage motherfucker. So I'm going to give Young on this one. We got JB Stacks versus Taz. Another great matchup with new users. JB Stacks has a great record. Taz is pissed off. This is Sim. It depends on what Taz shows up to as well, man. I keep on saying that, but that really is the proof from the pudding. Taz has shown some glimpses of hope, man, that he can right the ship. Overall, it just depends on what Taz shows up. It does. Because JB Stacks is going to play his game. JB Stacks don't care if it's Sim, Comp, whatever. He loves this dream team of assembled rookies, and I expect him to compete. I will go with JB Stacks right now because he has a hot end right now. All right. That's it for this week. What we're going to go to now is divisions. Let's see what we got. And if everybody looks who leads the entire league, don't look over here at them Rams yet. We're not ready for that. But if you look at the AFC, we see Fuzz. Actually, it's going to be the Steelers, but we see Fuzz in second. Then we see Gideon, and then we see the rest of the crew going down. And obviously we see the Texans, then we get Block, and then we got Hendricks, and then we got Zoe at the back. But I'm telling you, it's still a lot of time, guys. And on the NFC, same thing. We got the 49ers with last against the Packers, actually. So we see how that's going to go with YC, and then Showtime, and then Mars, and then Frizzle. But division-wise, starting off with the AFC North. What I'm going to do, does this change? Does this change to where the Browns could ultimately take Austin? That'd be a big no. I don't think that's going to happen. Austin is not known for giving up 3 or 4 or 5 wins for somebody to take his spot, especially with how he's playing and the team he has. However, I still think Smitty makes the playoffs where he's at second place. As far as the other two, man, they're going to be fighting for position, man. I think Zoe's just going to start knocking people off, man, just for the hell of it and focus on next year. All right, we're going to skip over to the NFC North, which is actually one of the hottest contested divisions. You don't know where it's going to end up, but this week you will find out the direction. I honestly think Swag pulls away, but the real competition is going to be the Vikings against the Bears, because last time JB Stacks won that game against the Vikings, and it was crazy how he won it. But ultimately, with JB playing the way he is, and the hot hand and Roach, they're gonna be fighting for that position right there. With the Packers, I think he's gonna make some way. I just don't know, with 3 games behind, can he take the steps to get up there? All right, we're gonna skip over to the AFC South with Gideon taking the charge with the Titans second. I think Gideon makes it, man. Takes that division. I think if the Colts can right the ship and win the next game, and win the next game, then I might be able to change my prediction. But right now, I'm going with Ty in that second spot. All right, we're gonna go over to the AFC Beast. I mean, technically, man, it could be either or. So let's say the Pats, they play me. You got the Jets with a hard-fought match coming up against Hendricks. You got Tariq about to play, and then you got Eastside again, man. Right now, I'm still going with Eastside. Now, who gets number 2? This is the hardest thing I ever had to say. Qua and Tariq. I'm sorry, but I think Justin's gonna come up and get that second spot. I just do, man. Uh, he's playing better ball. He's understanding what he has to do. I think he's getting the dust off the cobwebs, man, with that new quarterback. But ultimately, I think he's going to take second place right now, bro. Right now. So don't yell at me, but just right now. I'm just saying based upon what I've seen in the gameplay. All right. Now we're going to go to the NFC South with Fireman, along with Benny, and along with Honcho. Honcho's about to take a L, so we know that with Young. You got Fireman back to Fireman tactics. This game is going to go down to the wire. Right now, I'm going to go with Benny, just because he did beat Fireman on the second head-to-head. Benny's schedule is a little bit more favorable, so we'll see what happens. But ultimately, man, Fireman is going to make the playoffs. All right? All right, let's see. We got the AFC West now last, or is it the AFC East? I think we missed that. We good. We good. All right, guys, making sure. All right, so we got the AFC West last. God, Jesus, man. This is the hard one. Man. Y'all think I'm crazy for saying this, even though Fuzz has a 4-game winning streak, even though Fuzz is playing sound defense, even though Fuzz has the receiver he needs. I have a funny feeling Vic catches on late, man, and overtakes his division to get a second place to Fuzz. Which, hey, man, it is what it is. I got to see more. I just got to see more tape. But right now, I'm going to go with Vic until it's his to lose. Just because it's so close right now, and just because I know Fuzz can be like an Orthodox, and I know Fuzz can lose some games or two to people he shouldn't lose to. Because Fuzz did lose to YC, bro. And Vic is losing to people that at the end of the day, they pose a threat to Vic and how he plays. All right. Let's see. We already got the NFC East. I don't think, this is sad to say, I only think this is going to be a 1-team playoff. It's sad to say that, but I just think right now with these records being this close, I think that NFC North is the one that's going to get more people in, and it's going to take a spot away from this division with the Young ultimately taking it. But I do think next year when these guys all have a fresh start, man, it's going to be highly, highly competitive, especially with another draft on these guys' belt. All right. I think that leads us now to my division. At this point, man, it's who's going to be second place. I'm not bragging. I am, but I'm not bragging, but I am. I'll be honest with you. I'll step up, man. Let's see what y'all got, man. Seahawks, Cardinals. We already know Young is Top is probably out of it. He's probably just going to focus on next year and what he has to do with this team going forward. But it's hard, man. Right now, I would say Cardinals up for second. I think I'm done playing the Cardinals and I'm done playing the Seahawks. So now it's basically what we do outside of the division. For me, is especially, but for those guys, man, I think it's at the end of the day they play each other again, and they'll figure out who's second. So that's it for divisions, guys. We are rocking and rolling with 10, about to be 11 tonight. Week 11 coming soon. I did want to go over some stats for a couple of people that I'm amazed at. It's crazy to say it, but when you look at it, what Roach is doing with this team, I mean, he's almost 1,000 yards more than any other next user, and he hates Justin Fields. But to see that, man, that's crazy. But if y'all aren't looking, man, paying attention, you have a rookie down here named Whitfield, man. Remember the name. He's definitely competing. He's definitely playing. He doesn't have as many weapons as he would like. But for Ty to have that type of year, kudos to him. Also with Sessions, that's another rookie. Then another rookie, Hoover. So you start to see the rookies in the middle of the pack, man, taking fold. So congratulations to them. I will say here's where all the rookies are at, having a good time with Parker Hood leading the way. And then you have Raekwon Lynch. Y'all know who that is with Tolbert. And then you have a couple of more rookies with McBride and everybody else. But outside of that, man, it's the usual suspects in here. No rookies really dominating except for Gideon's guy. But other than that, man, I like what I see, what's going on with the league. I like what I see with the activity. I'm going to end it on this note. Play my theme music.
Yo, G, they can't stop me from rapping, can they? Can they, huh? I spit it to the wire, man. There's too much stuff on my heart right now, man. I'd gladly risk it all right now. It's a life or death situation, man. Y'all don't really understand how I feel right now, man. It's your boy Kanye Titter. Shot Town, what's going on?